Picture this. Taiwan, a unique island nation, stands on the precipice of a pivotal election in 2024. This vibrant democracy, nestled in the heart of Asia, has always been a fascinating study in power dynamics. Its geopolitical location, straddling the interests of two global superpowers, has been both a blessing and a curse. Taiwan's relationship with China is, to put it mildly, complicated. The two share a common cultural heritage, but their political ideologies couldn't be more different. Taiwan cherishes its democracy, while China, on the other hand, is a one-party state. Over the years, this ideological chasm has only widened, with Taiwan asserting its distinct identity and China insisting on its claim over the island. But it's not just about Taiwan and China. Enter the United States, a third player in this intricate dance of power. The US has been a crucial ally for Taiwan, providing it with military and economic support. Yet this relationship is not without its nuances. Officially, the US recognizes the One China policy, but in practice it has maintained a robust, albeit unofficial, relationship with Taiwan. This delicate balancing act has been the cornerstone of peace and stability in the region. Taiwan's unique geopolitical situation has had a profound impact on its economic and political landscape. Its economy, once agrarian, has transformed into a high-tech powerhouse, thanks to its strategic alliances and its relentless pursuit of innovation. Politically, it has navigated the choppy waters of diplomacy, maintaining its sovereignty while managing its complex relationships. Yet the upcoming 2024 election could change everything. It's not just about who will lead Taiwan, but also about how Taiwan's relationships with China and the US will evolve. Will it continue to walk the tightrope, balancing its national interests with geopolitical realities? Or will it chart a new path, potentially reshaping the power dynamics in the region? As the countdown to the 2024 elections begin, the world is watching, the stakes are high, and the impact could be monumental. Scene script. Fast forward to 2024. Taiwan is gearing up for its most consequential election yet. In the political arena, a handful of key players are emerging, each with their own unique stance towards China and the United States. On one side, there's the pro-independence camp, advocating for a more assertive stance against China and a closer bond with the United States. Their argument is rooted in the belief that Taiwan's sovereignty must be preserved at all costs. On the opposite side of the spectrum, there's the pro-unification faction, pushing for a more collaborative relationship with China, while maintaining a delicate balance with the United States. They argue that fostering economic and political ties with the mainland could bring prosperity and stability. Caught in between, there's a third faction, the moderates, who seek to navigate a middle path, maintaining a status quo with both superpowers. They argue for diplomacy and pragmatism, believing that Taiwan can strike a balance between economic cooperation with China and strategic alliance with the US. Now, let's delve into the potential implications of the election's outcome. If the pro-independence faction wins, we may see a more confrontational Taiwan, which could escalate tensions with China. This scenario might push Taiwan closer to the US, possibly even leading to a formal alliance. If the pro-unification faction emerges victorious, we could witness an era of increased cooperation with China, potentially even leading to reunification talks. However, such a move could strain Taiwan's relations with the US and other democratic allies, and should the moderates come out on top, the status quo might be preserved, potentially leading to a continuation of the delicate balancing act between China and the US. No matter the outcome, it's clear that this election isn't just about choosing a leader, it's about defining Taiwan's identity on the global stage. The election outcome could potentially redefine Taiwan's relationship with these two global superpowers. China, a constant presence in Taiwan's politics, looms large over the 2024 election. Taiwan and China, two regions steeped in a rich history, have been intertwined in a complex dance of politics and economics for decades. China's influence seeps into every crevice of Taiwan's economy, from its bustling technology sector to its vibrant manufacturing industry. This formidable neighbor to the west has made its presence known in no uncertain terms. As we turn our gaze to the year 2024, the stakes are higher than ever. The upcoming election in Taiwan will not only determine the island's domestic path, but also its relationship with China, a relationship that has been teetering on the edge of a precipice for some time now. China's growing economic might and political clout are impossible to ignore. Its influence on Taiwan's economy is profound, with the mainland serving as Taiwan's largest trading partner. The economic ties that bind them are intricate and deep-rooted, and any shift in the political landscape could send ripples through these connections, affecting everything from trade relations to investment flows. In the realm of politics, the Chinese factor is equally significant. China's stance on the One China principle has always been unwavering, and its unrelenting pressure on Taiwan to accept this principle adds another layer of complexity to the upcoming election. The choice that Taiwan makes in 2024 could have far-reaching implications, shaping not just its future, but also its relationship with China. The election could serve as a turning point. A pro-China government could strengthen economic ties, leading to increased cooperation and potentially more stability. Conversely, a government leaning towards independence could heighten tensions, pushing Taiwan and China towards a more confrontational stance. The China factor, therefore, is not just a backdrop to the 2024 election, but a key player on the stage. Its influence will be felt in the voting booths, in the campaign rhetoric, and in the decisions that Taiwan's elected leaders will make. The 2024 election could either strengthen Taiwan's ties with China or lead to greater tensions. The choices made will echo in the halls of power in Taipei and Beijing, reverberating across the Taiwan Strait and beyond. Across the Pacific, the United States watches the unfolding political drama in Taiwan with keen interest. The United States, as a global superpower, has always had a vested interest in the politics of the Asia-Pacific region. As Taiwan gears up for its 2024 election, the US is keeping a close eye on the proceedings. The outcome could potentially reshape the dynamics of US-Taiwan relations, a relationship that has been delicately balanced for decades. Taiwan, a vibrant democracy, often finds itself caught between the aspirations of its people and the geopolitical tug-of-war between the US and China. The United States' support for Taiwan has been unwavering, founded on shared democratic values and mutual interests. However, the US also maintains a complex relationship with China, a major trading partner and a formidable global player. The 2024 election in Taiwan is hence a significant event, not just for the island nation, but for the United States as well. The election results could influence the US's stance towards Taiwan and its policies in the Asia-Pacific region. A more pro-independence leadership in Taiwan might push the United States to take a firmer stand against China, potentially straining relations. On the other hand, a leadership more inclined towards China could complicate the US's strategic interests. The US, therefore, has to navigate this delicate situation with care. It must support Taiwan's democratic processes, while also maintaining its strategic interests in the region. It's a balancing act, and the 2024 election might just tip the scales. The United States' role in Taiwan's 2024 election is therefore not just that of a passive observer. Its reactions and decisions could significantly influence the course of events and the future of US-Taiwan relations. The election could make or break the US's strategic interests in Taiwan. Beyond the geopolitics, Taiwan's 2024 election also holds significant economic implications. The outcome of this election could influence Taiwan's economic trajectory in the years to come. Let's first talk about trade relations. Taiwan's economy, like many others, is heavily dependent on trade. Its relationship with China and the US, two of the world's largest economies, is of utmost importance. A shift in political power could lead to a change in Taiwan's trade policies, impacting its economic ties with these nations. For instance, a pro-China government could strengthen economic ties with Beijing, while a pro-independence administration might seek to diversify trade partners, potentially boosting relations with the US and other nations. Now consider Taiwan's economic growth and stability. The island's economy has shown resilience in the face of global challenges, but the 2024 election could introduce new variables. A newly elected government could bring fresh economic policies, setting the stage for potential growth. However, these changes could also bring uncertainty, affecting investor confidence and market stability. A pro-independence government, for example, might face backlash from China, potentially leading to economic sanctions that could hamper Taiwan's growth. On the other hand, a pro-China government might receive economic benefits from Beijing, but at the risk of becoming overly reliant on China's economy. Moreover, the election's outcome could influence Taiwan's domestic economic policies, impacting areas such as taxation, government spending, and social welfare. These changes could, in turn, affect the everyday lives of the Taiwanese people, from the prices they pay for goods to their job prospects. In conclusion, the 2024 election is not just a political event for Taiwan, It's an economic crossroads that could shape the nation's future. The election could steer Taiwan's economy towards new opportunities or into uncharted waters. In the end, the fate of Taiwan lies in the hands of its people. This has never been more apparent than in the lead up to the 2024 election. The Taiwanese people stand at the crossroads of their nation's future, their voices echoing the hopes and fears of a nation on the brink of significant change. In the bustling streets of Taipei, the hushed whispers of the upcoming election are palpable. The air is thick with anticipation as the people of Taiwan grapple with the weight of their decision. Their hopes are simple, yet profound: a stable economy, a peaceful political climate, and the preservation of their democratic values. Yet these hopes are underscored by fears of economic uncertainty, geopolitical tension, and the potential erosion of their cherished freedoms. These sentiments are not just idle chatter in marketplaces and tea houses. They are the driving force that could very well shape the outcome of the 2024 election. Taiwanese citizens, each with their unique perspectives and concerns, are the ones who will cast their votes and decide the future of their nation. Young Taiwanese in particular are emerging as a powerful force. They are vocal, informed, and deeply invested in the outcome of the election. Their digital savvy and global outlook have thrust them onto the forefront of this political stage. Their voices, amplified by social media and public demonstrations, are a testament to their passionate belief in the right to self-determination. Yet, while the youth are vocal, they are not the only ones with a stake in this election. The older generation, those who have seen Taiwan through decades of change, also hold strong views. They too desire stability, economic prosperity, and the preservation of their democratic ideals. Their voices, though quieter, are equally important in shaping the future of Taiwan. In the grand scheme of things, the 2024 election is more than just a political event. It is a barometer of the people's will, a reflection of their hopes and fears, and ultimately, a testament to their resilience and determination. The 2024 election is not just a political event, but a defining moment in the lives of the Taiwanese people. The 2024 election is not just about Taiwan, but about the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. As we delve into the potential impact of Taiwan's upcoming election, it becomes apparent that the consequences may extend well beyond the island's borders. Power dynamics in the region could shift dramatically, reshaping the geopolitical landscape and prompting a ripple effect that reaches the farthest corners of the Asia-Pacific region. China, the regional heavyweight, is bound to be significantly impacted. An alteration in Taiwan's political trajectory could potentially challenge China's long-standing claim to the island, which in turn could affect its geopolitical ambitions in the region. The election might also influence China's relationship with other regional players, causing a domino effect of diplomatic and strategic realignments. On the other side of the Pacific, the United States will be watching the election closely. The outcome could either strengthen or weaken its strategic foothold in the region. Given the US's commitment to Taiwan's security, any change in Taiwan's leadership could reshape Washington's policies and strategies in the Asia-Pacific region. But it's not just these two superpowers that will be affected. Other countries in the region, from Japan to Australia, could also find their roles and relationships shifting in the aftermath of the election. Depending on the outcome, these nations may have to recalibrate their diplomatic stances, economic ties, and strategic alliances. In essence, Taiwan's 2024 election is a pivotal event that could redefine the geopolitical map in the Asia-Pacific region. It's a delicate balancing act that could either maintain the status quo or trigger a seismic shift in power dynamics. It's not just about who will lead Taiwan for the next 4 years. It's about how this tiny island's political winds could stir a storm that engulfs the entire region. So, as we approach the election, it's crucial to consider not only the domestic implications but also the potential regional and global impact. The stakes are high, and the ripple effects are far-reaching. The world will be watching, waiting, and ready to respond. The ripples of Taiwan's 2024 election could be felt far beyond its shores. As Taiwan stands on the brink of change, what are the key takeaways from the 2024 election? In the shifting sands of power, Taiwan's 2024 election is a pivotal point. We've explored the power balance, the election itself, the influence of China and the US, the economic implications, the voice of the people, and the potential impact of the election outcome. The power balance, as we've seen, is a fragile equilibrium. Taiwan exists in a delicate position, wedged between the influences of China and the US, two global superpowers with vested interests in the outcome of the election. The election, as we've discussed, is not just about choosing a leader. It's about defining Taiwan's future, its national identity, and its place in the world. The stakes are high and the world is watching. China's factor is undeniable. As a powerful neighbor with its own ambitions, China's stance could significantly sway Taiwan's trajectory. Its economic and political influence can't be taken lightly, making the election outcome all the more critical. The US, on the other hand, has long been an ally of Taiwan. Its role in the election is subtle, yet significant, shaping the geopolitical dynamics and potentially affecting the future of Taiwan-US relations. The economic implications of the election are far-reaching. Beyond the immediate impact on Taiwan's economy, the election could influence international trade, investment, and economic stability in the region. The voice of the people is the heart of the matter. The election is a platform for Taiwan citizens to express their aspirations, hopes, and fears. Their choice will shape the nation's path. Lastly, the potential impact of the election is profound. It could redefine Taiwan's relationship with China and the US, reshape its economy, and transform the lives of its people. The 2024 election could change Taiwan's trajectory, for better or worse, only time will tell.